Hey guys, so I never play around with color, so today's gonna be the first day that I'm doing that, and I'm gonna be actually comparing the Viseart palette to the James Charles palette. So there are some similar colors in here. Just to start off, I'm not good with colors. I'm barely good with neutrals. I'm gonna just be seeing how creative I can be and use kind of like the light colors that they have. So I feel like they both kind of have like these blues, these greens, the oranges, the pinks. Not really the same purple, not really this color, but these, yes. Also, I have similar brushes that I'm gonna be using for each eye. So they might be different brands, but they'll be like a tapered brush or like a blending brush, a fluffy brush. So it can be more of a fair comparison. Honestly, I didn't put much thought into what this video makeup look was gonna be like. So I'm literally just looking at the colors that are similar and trying to figure it out in my head what I'm gonna do. I have done a pink eye before, I have done a blue eye, but I've never done a green eye before. Of course, these were not on my channel. These are just kind of like when I have done my makeup before. And those turned out pretty well. I think to get extremely out of my comfort zone, it would be the greens that are in this palette. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I honestly put on this lip and did my makeup before even thinking about this. So I don't even think that they're gonna go together, but here we go. Seriously. So I'm gonna start off with the light green color from the Viseart palette. And oh, that is pigmented. Oof. Okay. And that is with the Sephora Pro Crease Brush number 10. And I'm gonna start over here. Yum. I got some caca looking color on there. I'm really trying to build up this color, and I've never done a cut crease before, and I would love to, just to be like more like, you know, like inspired by him, and or like a M.M. Mitchell inspired look. But I tried to cut crease once or twice before and they just come out really bad on me, or I make them really bad on myself. I don't know. Now I'm gonna go in on the other eye, and I have a brand new Sephora Pro Crease Brush number 10. And I'm gonna be using the color Social Blade on this eye. Okay, so this color is definitely darker than the one in the Viseart palette, and it is showing. Oh my god, I don't know how to do color looks for crap. Okay, so I'm not really having much trouble blending. I think it's more so just, it is turning out like darker here than it is in other areas, but pigmentation is not an issue with this palette. This is actually a bit of a mini review as well, because this is the first time I'm actually dipping into this palette. Next color I'm going to go in with is the darker color in each palette. James Charles is going to be the color Daddy, and Viseart palette is going to be this one. So this is a side-by-side of what they look like. So I'm going to go in with the MAC 217, and I'm going to go in with Daddy. This is actually a really pretty color. I'm not blending it out well, and with all the reviews that I've seen on this palette, blending is not an issue. Like, it's making me feel like I know what I'm doing when I know that I don't know what I'm doing. I know that I'm not, basically. This is kind of cute, but I know it's not at the same time. I'm gonna go back in with the Sephora brush and the lighter color. I'm not adding any more color, but I am blending it out. So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Social Blade, and I'm gonna put some more of that on top. just to help blend out a little bit further. Again, this is a crazy eye. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't like go for this, but the colors are really pretty. Like, I'm super surprised. But again, I never play around with color, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I was just sure to expect that it was gonna all be a shocker to me, whatever comes out. So then I'm going in with a similar brush with a Morphe M433 and a similar color from the Viseart palette, which is this one. And I'm gonna go in on my crease. Okay, so interestingly enough, like the colors of the James Charles palette blends it out a lot better. Like, they diffused a lot better together. Like, he definitely put a lot of thought into it. Because the Viseart palette one, the colors aren't really meshing that well together. At least I feel like I'm having to blend them out a little bit more before I'm actually like satisfied with it. I don't know, like this one looks more gradient and this one is kind of like, I don't know, I feel like this is what I expected the James Charles palette to be like, and then this one is what it's like, Instagram versus reality. So I'm gonna go back in with that lighter color from the Viseart palette and just try to blend that out, see if that helps, because it's not giving me the pigmentation that I would have liked. I'm honestly getting tired of blending this out. Let's add a little bit more. It's not really turning out the way I wanted. I'm just gonna go back in with this one, maybe just to add a little bit of more depth. No more color on the brush. The colors from the Viseart palette, they're definitely a little bit more neon. This is getting worse and worse, I feel like. So I think I want to take a little bit of a turn with these colors. I actually want to add blue on my lid, and let's see how that looks. So I'll be using the shade Cola from the James Charles palette and then the blue one from the Viseart palette. So this is Cola from the James Charles palette. I'm just tapping that on. Extremely pigmented. This is the Sonia Kashuk number 7 brush. Ooh. Ooh. Wasn't really expecting that. This side, the dual-ended Vermona brush. This side with the blue from the Viseart palette. So this guy. Okay, so this one is definitely not as pigmented. I'm having to dip back into the palette a few times. Okay, this is honestly like the worst makeup look ever. It's looking crazy. I'm looking like somebody's grandma in Miami or something. In like the freaking 70s or something. It's looking crazy. So to make it look even uglier, we're gonna just top it off with some yellow in the inner corner. I'll be using the Sigma Concealer F70 brush with the yellow from the Viseart palette. Looking like a peacock or like a parrot or something, or a little bit of like the Brazilian flag. Again, you can't really see the color, the Viseart from the Viseart palette of the yellow. Like, where you at, girl? And then let's use the yellow from the James Charles palette, which is called V. I'm using a Sonia Kashuk brush, no name. And this one is extremely pigmented. So hopefully to tie in the look together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dark green that I use on each side with a very fine tapered brush. It's just in the crease of each one. I'm going to go in with the MAC 221S with the green color from here. And I'm just going to try to deepen it up as much as I can. And then I'm going in with the 224 Luxe Defined Crease Brush by Zoeva with Daddy. And I'm putting that in my crease over here. Okay, so this is taking off the pigmentation from the blue color that we had in there from Cola off of my lid, if you can see that. I'm just being honest. But it is darkening up a lot better than the Viseart palette. So I'm just gonna go back in with Cola to just retouch. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do the under eye. I'm gonna put the blue with a little bit of green to hopefully smoke it out, pop on some lashes, and then I'll be back with my review. Okay, I look a little draggy right now, honestly, just being honest. I hope real drag queens don't get offended by that, because they do their makeup a lot better than this. Anyway, so I ended up using the 102 lashes by Morphe, and I just ended up putting mascara, and I thought it looked a lot better with the blue on the outside, the green, and then transitioning into the yellow for the bottom lash line. The final look, if I had to choose a palette, it would definitely be the James Charles palette, hands down, because one, it's cheaper, two, you get neutral colors, not just the editorial colors. This is called the Editorial Brights palette by Viseart. So yeah, that's the one that I would choose. They blend it out a lot better. You get more color pigmentation. Also, you get a more array of colors. Something that I do want to do is try out Face as a highlight from the palette. I do have on highlight already, but I just want to try this one out on top just to see how it is. I don't think you can really see that. Okay, so I feel like I can't really judge it because I already have a highlight on. So this was a bad idea. But I feel like my face does look a lot more highlighted, no doubt about it. But I can't see it in person, but it's definitely picking up light. That's a plus, I guess. I know this is really bad, but it is what it is. It's my first time playing around with colors, especially these colors, so give me a break. Break me up a piece of that. Okay, bye.